today's goal is to not say, okay, all right, $20,000. I'm gonna level with you. If you want to make money with your art or just make it a bigger part of your life, you're gonna have to put in some time. Things take time. But that does not mean that you have to turn it into a whole big side hustle that takes 20 to 40 hours a week and you're all over hashtag boss babe, hashtag side hustle, hashtag hustle, and hashtag never sleep, hashtag can't stop, won't stop, hashtag sleep, question mark. You don't have to be like that. It doesn't have to be a whole huge side hustle for you to make a little bit of money and get your art out to people so that they can see it. If you're totally happy with your output right now, you don't need any extra motivation, or you don't really want to monetize when you distribute, that is also totally fine. That is awesome as long as you are making stuff and making your art and feeling good about it. That's great. If you need a little bit more motivation, or you want that feeling of somebody giving you some money for what you create, that's what this video is all about. How do we improve distribution of our art? How do we get more people looking at it? And how do we make a little bit of money for the time we're putting in to motivate us further, if need be, without having to put in a whole nother huge chunk of our lives when we're already really busy? Now, exactly what you do to accomplish this is going to depend on how much time you do actually want to put in. So I've got 3 great ways that you can start making a little bit of money without putting in all the effort of starting a small business or a little hobby shop. And I've ordered these by how much time and effort they're actually going to take you. So we're going to start with what takes the most time and energy, and we're going to go to what takes the least amount of time and effort. So I've marked those timestamps in the description. Feel free to skip ahead, skip around, whatever seems most valuable to you. But the first thing we're going to talk about is biggest time commitment, but possibly the biggest return. So idea number 1 is to create a profile on a freelancer site like Upwork. There's a couple different options for good freelancer sites, or just create a cover letter and use that cover letter to apply on creative job boards. Now, there are as many job boards and websites as there are creative disciplines. I don't really have the time to list all of them right here, right now, but if you're interested in this option, you want to get a jump start, I definitely recommend our top 9 ways to make money online as a creative freelancer guide. It'll really help you narrow down which of these options is right for you, and there's a cover letter and profile template in there to help you build a really awesome foundation and get you started on the right foot. You don't have to go with this. You can also use Google. The template and things are pretty cool. We put in a lot of extra insider knowledge for you, but you can also just take what it is that you do, go Google writing job boards, graphic design job boards, voice acting job boards, whatever your discipline, go ahead and check out the job boards for it, or get a profile on a freelancer site like Upwork. Now, I know, you're hearing the word freelancer. I just told you that this doesn't have to be a side hustle. Now you're suspicious of me and what I'm saying. But you can make a profile on a freelancer site and not have to be a full-time or semi-full-time freelancer. You get to control exactly how much you do and when you do it and what type of jobs you take. Same with job boards. You want to make a little bit of money. All you really need is 1 gig or 1 client. 1 gig at a time or 1 long-term client, which means you don't have to put in a ton of time trying to get 20 clients to live on. That's totally fine. So going onto one of these sites and making a profile or taking the time to make a good cover letter is really only going to cost you about 40 minutes to an hour, especially if you use our template. But it's really only going to cost you about 40 minutes to an hour to put together a decent profile or cover letter. Once you have that profile set up, I'm going to recommend that you apply to 30 gigs or jobs that look interesting to you. Okay, that's a whole lot. Seems like it's going to take a ton of time. But if you already have that cover letter template and you already have a profile put together, it really doesn't take that much time to apply to all those. So that might cost you another hour. Out of those 30, you're probably going to get at least 1 or 2 interviews, You might not get it with the first 30, you might have to do another 20 or so. You might get it even sooner. You might only apply to 5 to 10 and you find you've got the gig that you're looking for. But if you do anywhere between 10 to 50 applications, which should only take you about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. So we're up to 2.5 total hours of committed time right now. You will get at least one gig. That's all you need. Now you're making money for your art, you're creating. So maybe you're just editing a blog once a week, or you're helping somebody with video editing. It could just be something small, but now you're making some money. You're distributing your work and gaining those valuable skills and inspiration from collaborating with other people. So spend the 2.5 hours, get 1 or 2 gigs, and you'll start seeing some extra money come in, more inspiration for your passion. Now, I really recommend this option, actually for a couple of reasons. I know it seems like a big time investment at the front. It's just 2.5 hours, and after that, if you've been stuck in a rut or finding a hard time pushing yourself to create, having somebody give you a deadline that you have to hit in exchange for compensation, really good way to motivate yourself. It's not the only way. By no means is this the only option to push yourself to motivate or even make a little bit of money with your work, which is why we're going to move to option number 2. This one takes even less time, so if you heard the first one, you're like, nah, not my gig, totally fine. Option number 2 involves just the social media platforms you already have. So we're going to be using our network that we already have in order to get our work out there. What you're going to do is take something that you've already made, so whether this is a piece of art, maybe you draw anime style characters, a song that you wrote, whatever it is, and what you're going to do is you're going to just put it on social media, caption it however you want. I made an art! However you want to put the caption, but whatever feels natural to you that you would usually do. Share it, put it out there, put your work out there, and then add just this simple line. I take commissions. So after the normal caption that you do, just enter, I take commissions. Then explain, well, what exactly do you mean by that? If you draw anime style, you could say, I'll draw your friends, family, loved ones as an anime character for $20 to get a full color print. That's awesome. People will definitely take you up on that. If you put out a song, you can say, hey, if you want me to record or write a special song, first time you met your SO, I could totally record a whole special song for you. Or I can just record an acoustic version of your favorite song. It'll be very special and romantic for your SO. There are a lot of ways to configure this, but the idea is that you take a piece of work you already did. Here's a poem I wrote. Put it out on social media. Say, I take commissions. Do you want a Mother's Day poem? I'll write you one out for $5. Charge whatever you want, whatever feels like people will actually give it to you and however much effort you actually want to put in. If you're just gonna jot off a quick poem and hand it off to somebody for Mother's Day, maybe that's lower on the scale. If you're offering a really elaborate print, then you might want to charge a little bit more to make up for how much you're spending in supplies and time. That's 100% up to you. There's a lot of configurations here. If you're having a hard time figuring out what to offer, just say, I take commissions, and give a general idea of price, $5 to $20. When people ask you, can you do X, Y, Z for me? Say, okay, that's like $15. Does that sound good? Talk with people one-on-one. So you don't have to really outline. You can just say, I take commissions, $15 to $20 for a picture, for a poem, for etc. If you would like to give a little bit more detail than that, but you're not sure how, go ahead and put it in the comments. What is your art? What do you create? What are you going to put out there? I'll help you come up with an idea of what kind of commissions you could offer. So as you can see, that's a pretty simple way because we're just using our social media and then we're allowing other people to inspire us and motivate us. When people see your work, maybe the first time you put it out there and you say, I take commissions, they're not going to bite, but the second or third time you will have some takers. Just keep putting it out there saying, I take commissions. People will come to you for your work. There will be people who really like what you make. So even if that seems like too much time for you, you've got too much of your own projects, you just want people to see the art that you're already making. Let's talk about option number 3. It's very similar to number 2. You're going to take something you already made, share it on social media, and then you're going to offer that item to people in exchange for money. You might be like, well, Riley, if I already put the poem out or the picture for free, why would anybody pay for it? That's because you got to make it a little bit nicer. You got to sweeten the deal a little bit. You've got to put it into a nice package. If you are a poet and you put out a particular nice poem about mothers on Mother's Day, for example, and you say, hey guys, if you would like a print of this or a printed card version of this. You can get this original poem on very nice cardstock in a very nice design for only $5, $10. Your mom will love it. It'll look beautiful in this card. So that's one example. You need to take what you make and then put it into a slightly nicer package. You say, hey, I drew this turtle. It's a lovely turtle. You would like it on nice cardstock or in a frame. It's X amount of dollars. Make sure that you're getting the money back for your supplies and then a little bit so you feel motivated. Whatever amount will make you feel good. That's the better way to kind of set it rather than having a purely economic model. Well, I paid this much for the supplies and then I put in this much labor. How much money would it take for you to feel good when you give this item to somebody? What will bring you joy? If that's $5, awesome. If it's more like 50, okay, then charge that much. Don't charge less than you feel like will make you feel good and will make other people feel good when they get the item. Other ideas, if you make music, let's take an example like you're putting out an original song. Let's say it's a love song, very sweet and endearing, and you put out this original song and you say, hey guys, if you like this song, I'm making a 10 love song playlist, perfect for date night. It's got 2 of my original songs on here, this one on Facebook and one you've never heard before. It's only $20. I'll send you the playlist and you'll have the perfect romantic mood for date night. You can do this for any form, whatever art you're making. You could even just put it out there and say, hey, you want a physical copy of this? Pay me $5. It can be very simple. If you're not really sure how to take what you make and make it into a nicer package, put it in the comments. I'll help walk you through it. So that way we can figure out how to get your stuff out to more people. And that's really the point of this. This is just about getting your stuff distributed and feeling like people are looking at it and really enjoying it. The money is not even an integral part of it. It might be for you, and that's totally fine. If getting the money makes you feel motivated and makes you feel like, wow, people are appreciating my work monetarily, that's great. If you want to do any of these options and not take any money for it, just put your work out, offer to do commissions for free. That is also totally cool. The point is, as always, that we want to keep motivating ourselves to make stuff. So it's up to you how much money is really involved in that. So which of the 3 options are you going to be using to get more people looking at your art? I would love to hear about it, would love to hear your ideas, would love to hear your experiences when you go and try it. Please put in the comments below, especially if you have any questions or you're wondering how you can take what you do, which is some great interesting thing that I haven't mentioned in the video, and turn it into any of these 3 options. Please put in the comments below and I'll help you figure out how to make it work. If you are interested in making a little bit more money or making your creative life more a part of your general life and moving it into more of a career area, then we have the previously mentioned top 9 best ways for creatives to make money online. It's got a great cover letter and profile template. So not only are we telling you the 9 best places to go and do this, we'll give you an idea of how to get started and provide you a proven cover letter and template that's worked for me. I've seen it work for other people. This cover letter and template is the best proven marketing principles. It's the best proven profile principles for these specific platforms. So if you're at all interested, go ahead and click. We would love to help you get a strong start on any of these 9 online platforms. But remember, however much time you want to spend and however much money for your art is a concern for you, the most important thing is that you keep making the wonderful stuff that you're creating. So let's go make stuff. So let's go make stuff. So let's go make some stuff. The most important thing is what you are creating, so let's go make some stuff. So let's go make stuff. One of those will be good. All right, I'm gonna call it.